question is Alita. Today I want to explanation about a little about research paradigm, qualitative research, and research question. The first is research question. The research paradigm. Research paradigm is the set of common beliefs and agreements shared between scientists about how problems should be understood and addressed. This is from Kuhn, 1970. Research paradigm for me is the way how researchers see the topic of their research, and its affect how they collect the data, find, and results. So in research paradigm, like when someone collect the data, some use interview and other use questionnaire. And each research paradigm, its effect in how researchers collect the data or find in order to get the result. And the next is about research paradigm. There are three types of research paradigm. The first is positivism, second one is interpretivism, and the third is pragmatism. So in positivism lean on quantifiable observation. It is using quantitative because it is objective, focus in explain, predict, or control reality. So positivism preferred to be valid, reliable, and representativeness. In positivism, they believe in number and the facts, and the larger number of sample, the more relevance to the decision. So it usually using quantitative like questionnaire, and there is the more number of the participant of the questionnaire is the more relevance to the decision. The next is about interpretivism, which is the opposite from the positivism, because interpretivism lean on qualitative, not as the positivism. So in interpretivism, they believe in participants' point of view and focus on empathetic understanding. And the third is sacrifice, reliability, and representativeness for greater validity. So in interpretivism, the data is flexible, like number or statistic. It is flexible, which can be assured as the truth, because they believe in participant point of view. They believe in people's belief. That is how interpretivism sees the world. And the last types is pragmatism. Pragmatism using mixed method, different with those two types, but in this type, mixed method is combining or the combination of positivism and interpretivism. So in pragmatism, it's the facts and value. Not only facts or value, but it's see both of it, or both of them. And the second is use a method that is suitable for a problem. So in this number 2 is pragmatism using method that is suitable for some problem. They believe in each paradigm, it can help or it is suitable for different problem, so they use it. So in pragmatism, they believe what other paradigms believe. There is no the right one or the wrong, because everything has its good, and that is about the research paradigm. We will continue with the qualitative research. So the qualitative research rely on text and number, so it is like non-numbering. It sees people's belief, experiences, attitude, behavior, and interaction. So it's just like the interpretivism paradigm. In the in in interpretivism paradigm, usually it uses qualitative research because there that is belief in people. And if we take a look to a research paper or research article, there is in the result in the results page, there is no statistic or any numbering. Then the researcher using qualitative research. Usually in research paper which using qualitative research, there is an explanation about the result of the interview for some people. So this is the characteristic of qualitative. The first is subjective, the second is open-ended question, and the third is observation and interview. The fourth is lean on people's group. So qualitative is subjective and it can be done with observation and interview. So the interview is from a specific person. It is different with the quantitative or the positivism, which is belief in number. The more number, the more relevance to the decision. But in quantitative, using random people. In qualitative, using the specific person, which is very related to the topic, but in small participant, not the large as much the as much as the quantitative method. And then it is lean on people's belief, like the positivism paradigm. And that is all about my qualitative explanation. We will continue to the research question. So research question is the important and the rule of the method of the data collection and the research design. Usually in research paper and research article, we can see in research in the first page there is research question. Usually it's only 1, 2, or 3 question, and the purpose of research question is to investigating of particular research topic. So this is the characteristic of good research question. The good research question is specific, which is focused on something not in general but in more specific or detail. And the second is no assumption. Example is what are the positive of or negative impact. And the third can be research or researchable. This is the example of research question. First, what are the positive impact of using past to learning English? And the second, what are the factors which motivating the student ESL? We can see the question number one, there is no question mark. In research question mark is important, and in question number one, there is what are the positive impact. It is the assumption. The good research question is no assumption. If we see in question number two, there is question mark and didn't have any assumption. So the question number two is example of good research question, and the first question is example of the bad research question. I think that's all about my explanation about research paradigm, qualitative research, and research question. So, from the conclusion, the research paradigm has three types: positivism paradigm, which is belief in number, and the second is interpretivism, belief in people's belief, and the third is pragmatism, belief in every other paradigm is belief because everything works in in every problem. And then is qualitative. Qualitative is method that is non-numeric but is rarely on text. And the third is research question. So that's all about my explanation. Thank you.